You know, I had this spammer who would pop up, and I suspect these are both the same accounts, but they kept asking me to cover the story of a Fallout mod called Ashfall. An unreleased mod that, as far as I know, it hasn't been completed yet, so it's not out. It's not even out for, like, beta testing. But they're coming out with all kinds of crazy fucking shit about it. I mean, they were spamming me on videos that weren't even Fallout related, ladies and gentlemen. They'd specifically decided just to target me for whatever reason, and they laid in a course towards the nearest video just to leave a comment.
Mr. Paris, locate the nearest Borg vessel and lay in a course. They shouldn't be difficult to find.
Yes, ma'am.
Dismissed.
I'm British, I'm Scottish. We don't have all this, like, Trumpian words that Americans use. Like, we don't have all this woke, anti-woke, blah, blah, blah stuff. Like, that's a purely American thing that, well, to say it in an American word gets some American people in the American word quite triggered about stuff.
America, America.
They're talking about racism, Shergar, transphobia, the occult, pronouns, Lord Lucan, hauntings, people coming back from the dead, pedophilia. They're talking about homophobia, Sneed's feeding seed, Sneedclave. They're talking about stolen assets, mod theft, ghosts. They're talking about Nazi gold, video games, black magic spells, wokeness, anti-wokeness, vengeance, revenge, vendettas.
Could revenge have been the motive?
There is, of course, the possibility that this might be a vendetta.
Vengeance, vendettas. Next, someone will suggest the mafia's involved. The mafia's not involved, are they?
I guess what I'm saying in regards to the Fallout Ashfall situation, you know what? I think this is dumb. I don't fucking care.
Ride the horse now. Ride the horse, ride the horse, ride the horse.
Yeah, I think in all honesty, what I'm looking at here is just somebody who doesn't like somebody else on the internet, and that all had something to do with a mod. And you know what? It falls back into what Rogue Internet Man said about people who argue on the internet.
And there's an interesting thing about the internet and arguing, right? There's a good metaphor for it. Arguing on the internet is like running in the Special Olympics. Even if you win, you're still retarded.
And there's just arms and legs and more legs being added to it. And the people throwing the accusations about, they just look dumb. This is dumb. This is really fucking dumb. I'm enjoying watching the situation, ladies and gentlemen. But I don't think I'd cover it myself. I don't want to get pulled into that cake. Rather amusingly, it doesn't even seem to have anything to do with the actual mod that was brought up in the first place. It's more to do about some kind of new modding website that's going to take the world by storm. They're going to knock out the Nexus and all that. Yeah, cool, go for it. I don't care. Good luck with that, I guess. I've used the Nexus for years. I've never had any bother with it. Like, I don't see what all the fuss is about. Just go onto it, look at new mods, download what I want, boom, job done. I don't think that's a reason to hate somebody. I don't think that's a reason to start a massive internet, full-scale internet warfare. Now, what I do think that these people, there's one in particular who goes by the name of Shadow Raven Studios, who's a very a very toxic young man, very, very nasty, constantly swearing, constantly spouting out homophobic slurs at people, but he says that he doesn't like the Nexus. I'm wondering if, you know, I hype it up for the camera, but, you know, some people present to the camera the same way that they would present, like, in real life. And this guy's like, oh, fucking Nexus, blah, 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 blah. I'm wondering if he's been in, like, Nexus comment sections, and he's been spouting out his hatred and vitriol and just generally being a shitty person, and he's been caught. He's been kicked out. And he's like, oh, it's all the Nexus's fault! Oh, how dare they! He's like, no, I think he's the one who was being a bit of a dick, and he's been caught and been banned, suspended, whatever, from the platform for being a dick in comment sections on the Nexus. Which, I don't think that's out with the realms of probability for that to be, you know, something that's happened. And now all these guys have went to full-scale war, not only against the Nexus mods. This is video game. We're talking about video games, ladies and gentlemen. They've not only went to full-scale internet warfare against Nexus mods, but they've also went to full-scale internet warfare with every single person that uploads a mod to Nexus mods and everybody who downloads stuff from Nexus mods. Video games is serious business, ladies and gentlemen. This is dumb. This is so fucking dumb. What the fuck? Welcome to the 21st century. When aliens find us after we've nuked ourselves into oblivion, I hope they find this video. They'll be fucking shitting themselves laughing at this shit. But there you go. However, when an accusation was made in my comments section, I put the kibosh on that right there, and I responded and said, I'm going to be deleting this comment within the next 24 hours, but if you truly believe that that is the situation, you need to take this matter to the police, because I'm not a policeman. Furthermore, I received another comment from this account recently that they made a direct threat against my channel. Something that another person might think would be intimidation, but something that I just think is quite funny, because the abbreviation of the group that this person claims to represent is the Confederacy of United Modders. I've never heard of them, but I mean, if the abbreviation of your organisation is CUM, Christ, I'm going to have to put that in my monetization report for this video now, eh? This video may contain sexual language. If your abbreviation is CUM and you expect me to take you serious, fuck off. So I just deleted the comment. I took a screen grab, and then one of the people noted in this comment, called Moment of Sanity, I contacted them by direct message that I got this comment on my YouTube channel. Thought it was hilarious. Thought you'd like it for a video project that you might bring out at some point. And you know what? In comparison, this has been a very Streisand effect, because this guy, the man from CUM, the man from CUM, actually introduced me to Moment of Sanity's content, and I've been watching his videos and following his live streams and chatting with the guy. So you know, CUM came here to spam my channel, harass me and threaten me, and Moment of Sanity sat down and had a laugh with the guy. That's a fucking Streisand effect and a half, isn't it? You wanted me to side with the CUM, I have chosen not to side with cum. It's like when this guy appeared on my channel and he said that he was the king of IBS. Now, I don't think in his point of view IBS meant he was the king of irritable bowel syndrome, but it was quite funny to think of that. And he said that he scares other people. It must be the smell. God, these guys are morons. I mean, what an absolute waste of technology, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, let's get back on topic, shall we? This is about leaving accusations in comment sections, accusations in videos. This also goes into the sort of the Mama Max thing that happened at the start of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at this. The thing is, when it comes to people appearing in YouTube comment sections, making severe accusations against people, even the police themselves say that that's not right. There should be no commentary or sharing of information or images online that can in any way prejudice any future proceedings that may happen against someone. That's a statement made by the police themselves in a British news article that came out some time ago. But I think as well as that, we should have a look into a video that was made some time ago as well by some ordinary gamers in the aftermath of the Mama Max situation, where it turned out that he hadn't actually been dealing with law enforcement in regards to trying to get someone put away. He'd just been bothering other YouTubers to try and get them to cover the story, to make it more visible. And ultimately, it's not about making stories visible, it's about putting criminals behind bars.
Just call the police, contact the cops, contact the law enforcement when you got something serious to discuss.
Duh.
You would think that would be a fairly obvious thing to do. I've done it before, several times during my YouTube career.
But generally, when it comes to like the most illegal shit on the internet, there is one rule that I really want to espouse all the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some Muta gold right here?
Don't ever contact and tell a YouTuber that you should be doing law enforcement's job.
I may be an officer of government, but I'm not a police officer.
Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you a simple question. You see any badge on me? You think I'm a cop?
100% stand by that sentiment, ladies and gentlemen. Don't just randomly dump comments in my comment section telling me that something illegal's happening. Go and do something about it in the real world.
Ladies and gentlemen, when covering unsavory characters on the internet, if you have something to report, I'm pretty sure it goes without saying, just contact the goddamn police.
Been there, done it many a time.
Have you ever heard of tips.fbi.gov/home? If you're in the United States, it's probably worthwhile going down to the Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3, and just going through this portal and reporting some serious unsavory types over here.
It's a very simple form to fill in. It's easy to do. And rather than typing in www.youtube.com into your browser, just type in IC3 form report and go and fill in one of those about the person who's being a dick on the internet.
Now, the reason why I recommend this is, unlike me, the boys and girls and everyone at the FBI, well, ladies and gentlemen, they have badges. They have the ability to subpoena records. They have the abilities to put handcuffs on people. You know what they can do? They can kick down an unsavory dude's door at 5 in the morning, put assault rifles up to their face, and send them off to a penitentiary within the same day. Before noon even. They pick up lunch right after they take down a sick, disgusting person.
The thing is, if you're bringing stuff like this to a YouTube comments section, it's instantly going to make people think that you're not being sincere, that this is kind of some kind of a petty grudge against a person that you don't like, hence why you want visibility over it. The fact that things aren't being reported but are being brought to YouTube comment sections, to Reddit, to Twitter, to Facebook, does that mean that all this is false and it means that there's no sort of legal basis of getting a person put in jail? Is that actually what's going on here? petty grudges rather than actual criminal malicious intent.
There is, of course, the possibility that this might be a vendetta.
The thing is, this can be uno reversoed, and that trying to damage someone's reputation online by going through YouTube comments, Twitter, blah, 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 that can be brought up as a form of libel, slander, defamatory nature, stuff like that, ladies and gentlemen. So the person who's being blamed of being all the cunts under the world can turn that around and be like, if you're going to say that about me, why don't you come down to court and back it up? And if you've caused me any financial damages, I'll be reclaiming that back off you if you can't prove it.
But at the end of the day, YouTubers are not exactly the type of people you should ever be going to firsthand when asking them to solve serious situations, simply because no one here is actually trained or prepared for this kind of stuff anyways.
Harder, StooDogg, I think someone's been murdered. Why don't you go and solve the case? Harder. Because I'm not a fucking detective. Defective, more like.
So when you actually bring up a case to them, maybe they'll make a video out of it, but they'll probably end up ruining whatever case that they have.
A couple of years back, and you'll know exactly what I'm going to be saying here, Chris Hansen did this with a fucking case against Onision, where because he was doing all this stuff online about it, making it a high-profile case, he fucked up the entire investigation. Keep your evidence private, take it to the cops. Simple. Start dumping criminal evidence about people, alleged criminal evidence about people in YouTube comment sections and stuff, then that starts falling into the fields of, over here it's called the General Data Protection Regulations, GDPR, but it's now breaching people's privacy. Even if that person is a suspected criminal, you still shouldn't be breaching their privacy, and that then gives them a route to counter-sue you back.
You got a problem? Go contact the FBI.
IC3 form goes to the FBI.
It's as if people don't really understand that we have entire departments that we pay taxes every year to handle this situation.
I think it's very rude of someone to rock up into my comment section and discuss a commission without even discussing my fee first for making a video. That's rudeness of the nth degree. This person's paying taxes. Take it to the fucking cops.
There is plenty of time to make content after something serious has basically been done.
Exactly. Look at Bailey Sarian. Murder, mystery, and makeup. She discusses cases that have been solved. I think that's really the way to go.
Did you know that? There was this boat called the Titanic and it sank.
If I wanted to cover sort of true crime kind of stuff, I wouldn't talk about ongoing cases. I would talk about things that have been solved a few years ago, where the perps are well and truly locked away. Things like Mena Zaman, where the information that I discussed on my channel was already freely available through the press, and he was in custody, and then I believe later I did an update video regarding that case, regarding his sentencing.
Just go to the goddamn police, okay? That's pretty much all this situation has to end up being.
If you've got all this evidence you claim you have, just go to the fucking police. Simples. Unfortunately, people on the internet are dumb. People on the internet are really, 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 really fucking dumb. People on the internet are really, really, really fucking stupid. And that's how you end up with these comments from this guy. I'm going to speak about my Ashfall, going about and just harassing and annoying Fallout YouTubers. And I gave the guy the time of day, and then it turned into, oh, I'm going to take you down. A clue? No. Because you're really, 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 really fucking dumb. But it's, I mean, I wish there was a form of medication or training that you could give to people to make them less dumb on the internet, but let's be honest, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But what do I know? I'm just an idiot with a microphone.